an African woman, mother of nature. Beautiful woman.
Women constitute 95% of those involved in agro-processing and 85% of those in food distribution. Women are playing crucial roles in the entire agricultural value chain. According to FAO 2011, women contributed about 43% of the West agricultural labor force in developing countries. It is therefore very prudent to encourage and motivate women in agriculture, improve on their income levels.
I am William Neti, the head of agribusiness at Absa Bank, Ghana. We are collaborating with Agric House to bring this program together to ensure that we can support women who have done great work in the agribusiness space. These women entrepreneurs have shown over the years that they work hard and provide for the nation in various ways. And so we at AFSA have come up with a proposition to ensure that we can support agribusinesses within the SME space, which are led by women. So in coming up with this program, we are looking forward to making sure that the women would be able to upskill, making sure that whatever they are doing would grow. So even in their farming, the level that they are doing should move up in the coming years. And we at AFSA are ready to support this initiative. We trust that women would learn more as they go into training through Agric House, and that their businesses will grow and we'll see progress in the nation. Thank you.
Despite this contribution to the food system, women are faced with several constraints, which are not limited to credit, land, labor-saving devices, information, production and processing technologies, business skills, just to mention a few, but also socio-cultural and religious restrictions that hinder their work. For women to be able to break these barriers and deliver their mandates in the agricultural sector, there must be a positive transformation which must be strategically sustained in the long term. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, addressing the bottlenecks in the agricultural sector to enhance women's participation requires a multi-sectorial approach with the inclusion of the public and private sectors as well as development partners.
From the private sectors and the development partners, Canada, AFSA, Yara, who have unrelentingly been supporting us. At the same time also, we wish to use this platform to reach out to the entire private sector to see the immense value in giving back to the society through their support for such an event that promotes the reward of hard-working women and uplifting them while providing mentorship, competence-based training, and soft skills training as well. In a nutshell, Wofagric and the Gold in the Soil Awards are designed to achieve the following: recognize and reward pioneers in the agribusiness space, the women who push the boundaries along the agri value chain, showcase the efforts of women entrepreneurs, celebrate their achievements and contributions to the economic growth of their communities and country through a documentary, tell the story of women farmers and businesses through a documentary series that dwells on passion, drive, excitement, challenges, short and long-term vision in a way designed to inspire and mentor viewers.
Every day in the mirror I see a woman, and every time I look in mama I see that woman, a wonderful woman, an African woman, mother of nature. Beautiful woman.
From my point of view, the woman farmer in Ghana was down there, but looking at what is happening around now, I think women are picking up because they are recognizing them and the focus is on women now. So I believe and I know the farming before used to be mainly men's occupation. I would say farming for women has never been easy, and I don't think it will be easy anytime soon, because when it comes to women acquiring land, it's a very big challenge for women to acquire land. But then when women are able to farm, women are able to feed the whole house and are able to supplement the money, the income that the men bring to the house. Me being a farmer, I've had a lot of challenges, but entering the farming now, I've seen that the women I'm working with about 3,000 women, and I have changed their perception about farming. They are doing the production and they are doing the value addition too, and they are doing the marketing. So I know that women are going to make it very soon.
Where I work in Agric, it is our policy that all our programs, 40% should be women. In some areas, for instance, we have a program where we are encouraging community-based extension agents, and we encourage that at least 40% should be women. There was an instance where the community identified a very vibrant woman who they all believe she can be an extension agent. But do you know what happened? The husband came back and said, no, I will not allow my wife to be a community-based agent. So these are some of the issues that women farmers face. But on the whole, I can say that we are really moving forward because of opportunities that now women have. And also every organization, including Agric, has then gender desk, which looks at the opportunities for women. And some programs like what we are doing here today. What Alberta said, when we all work on it collectively, we will get there. But there's improvements.
Thank you very much. Let's hear from you, Mama. The Queen Mother of Akutiaple, a retired fire officer. I have to say that I love farming. The reason why I love farming is that without farming, a nation cannot exist. A nation cannot exist. Like as our president has established that planting for food and jobs, I take it upon myself that yes, really planting for food and jobs is really good. If you don't understand it, then it is there you will be sitting there doing practically nothing about farming. What I'll say is that, as our logo is saying, there's gold in the soil. Yes, there's gold in the soil, but people don't know. It doesn't mean that you go to the gold mine before you dig gold. Even in front of you, you can dig gold over there. What is the gold I'm talking about? It is our agricultural products that I'm talking about. Maybe you may be in need of something, but when you do a small backyard garden, you get that thing over there, and you will not go to your neighbor that, oh, my sister, today I am short of pakushito, give me just 2. But when you do a backyard garden behind your building, you will definitely get something. And as we Queen Mothers, you know we are installed and there's land attached to our stools. So I may say some of us, we don't have problem with acquiring lands before we farm. So any woman that is in need of land can come to Abutia traditional area and we support them with land. I just want to say I thank the organizers for this program. In fact, when they came to go, they taught us a lot. Now we know how we can plan our farming projects very well and even study the weather. Now the climate has changed. If you are not abreast with the climate, all your efforts will be in vain, simply because you cannot predict the weather. The major season and the minor season, they are just together. So what I will do is that I'll encourage women that whenever you get the ability of farming, please increase your acreage of land so that even if the first season fails you, you know that you are full security sure, you get something to keep in the house and take some to market and add a value chain. Thank you.
Backbone of agriculture. The only difference is that we are not always at the forefront as the men are. And that is why it's good we have programs like these that catapult women to the forefront and showcase what they do. I've had the privilege of traveling around the country, and it's the cocoa growing areas. And you find that women contribute about 70% to the cocoa value chain, from planting to fermentation to drying to the whole value chain. But you don't find them at the fore as much as you find.
So you're saying they are not owners of these cocoa farms?
Most of them are not owners. Like she rightly said, the land is an issue. There are a lot of socio-cultural issues or hindrances that provide other soft skills training, vocational training, and the like, so that these women can be equipped with other skills besides what they have, so that they can augment their income supply. So that is an area of help that is needed.
Mama has already talked about training. Training is very critical and sensitized, like what we are doing, to let women see farming as a business, but not as a subsistence. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I would say that where we are being challenged is in warehousing and working capital. I entered into Kwanta in the Kwanta North District in 2013 when they had a very volatile situation about the cucumbers were fighting, they even bent the DCs, cars, they bent the... And God just sent me to Kwanta. And I realized that their problem was that the women were idle. They had nothing doing. So they had time to gossip, and a little gossip brings about a big problem. So the husband comes, the woman tells the husband something, and he will not investigate or just move and they start slashing themselves, killing themselves. So I went there with a message. I said I am going to empower all these women and all this fighting to stop. And I bet you, since 2013 that I entered into Kwanta, there's never been any fight. Because the women are working.
What are the women doing?
We gave them land. We went to the chiefs. All their wetlands are not being used. It's a yam growing area in Agric. So the wetlands, they don't need it for yam. So I took it upon myself to use all the wetlands for rice. And last year we harvested about 70,000 bags of rice.
All right, NEB is here. Let's put ours together for ADB for sponsoring the 2019 Wofagric and Awards. Thank you so much, ADB, for sponsoring. Congratulations to ADB, District Best Female Farmer. She will present the next award, and it's going to Interplast. If there's a rep from Interplast, thank you so much, Interplast, for your support and for sponsoring this course to advance women in agriculture. Let's hear the round of applause. Thank you so much. Kanecha, please stay on and present the next award, and that goes to Yara Ghana. Yara Ghana. Yara Ghana, thank you so much. They are our key partners for this program. Yara Ghana, key partners for this program. Thank you very much, Yara Ghana, for your support. The next award, and it goes to the Canadian High Commission. The Canadian High Commission has been very instrumental in supporting women in agriculture, and the award for the year 2019. Thank you very much.
Interplast was very proud to be part of last year's Women in Agric exhibition conference and the award itself. And we took part also in helping educate the women in agriculture during that occasion. I myself was part, and then I shared my experience in branding, in marketing, and how they can present the finished products and compete with other products in the market. So it was a good experience for myself, also because my mother per se has her own backyard in the house that we all grew up knowing. So in my house we never buy plantain from the market, it's done in the house. So I was very delighted to share that experience with the fellow women over there. And we are also grateful and happy to inform Alberta that this year as well, Interplast is coming on board to support the women.
And we are coming with our irrigation system, so we'll be helping to train during the fair to educate them on the best practices, going with the irrigation system so that we can farm all year round, and so that you don't need to waste so much time on the farm. Yes, and then you can manage all these systems. So we'll be there. Also, we'll be offering discounts, great discounts for women, so that you can afford it. And we would like you to know that the irrigation system we manufacture now in Ghana, and we are currently the first in the whole of West Africa manufacturing this product, and it's the best quality and the cheapest in the market.
It was not just a one-way. I learned a lot from the Queen Mothers I went around with. And then we also benefited from teaching a bit of poultry farming. We are producers of poultry feed, the Sankofa feeds. So we had a bit of training, common diseases on the farms. We had some parts where we had to talk about management practices. We enjoyed a lot of comments from a lot of people on the table. It was good because the mentorship helped us to understand what both customers and non-customers are suffering from. The dilemmas that people have been living with, or the truths they think are truths and which are really false. And it's opened my eyes, especially for myself and my team. I lead a team of 16 young men, and it helped myself and the team to realize how much women have been impacting our feed sales. There's a great portion of our feed sales that are going to women. And after the mentorship, one of the things I took up with is collecting data on how much of my customers are women. It will interest you to know that between distributors and farmers, I have about 75% of my customers being women. And they are the ones who have the biggest farms in Ghana, actually. Behind even the men who have farms in Ghana, there's a woman who is backing it, who is doing the management of the farm. Thank you. So the management is really being carried out by women. And the fact that Wofagric brought us together helped us to let the women understand what they need to do. Usually the men are the ones who come to the forefront to give information or to take the information, but they don't carry it out. And so the real essence or the real things that needs to be done is not being done. The Wofagric of last year helped us to have, at least we've had about 8 or 9 months to impact such information that needed to get to with the women. And I'm looking forward to the same thing this year. This year, of course, Flour Mills of Ghana is going to be a big part of it, maybe better than last year. We're also going to have our stand at the exhibition stand. Thank you.
And, in as much as we command over 3,000 women farmers, it's still as lonely. I get invited for meetings, and probably the only woman in a room of 100. So I've actually formed a habit anytime I get across a meeting room that has to do with agriculture, I cast my eyes across, and I don't count more than 10 of us usually in a room of 100. It's sad. Why aren't we being invited into meetings, and why aren't we partakers of the share? That should be our foremost question and our foremost worries as well. Now, if women command agriculture's productivity and contributes to, its efficiency and are the highest contributors towards agriculture, why aren't we being invited to the share? Now, we are part of this program to urge us all. It's about time. We don't wait to be invited. It's about time we just pick our chairs and wait. As soon as we hear of such meetings, we quickly pick the chairs and get a seat within this meeting. Yeah, that's the only way, unfortunately. And we can make good gains. I mean, agriculture is not in the state it ought to be because women are not being involved enough. Women conceive, we nurture, we multiply. And it's about time we are called always. Thank you all.
Women, if we decide to do something, we do it very well. We do it from our heart of hearts. Recently, just February 20th, I was on Nigeria television with 5 Nigerian gurus, big men in the poultry industry, to discuss how they will overcome their egg glut. Nigerians are producing 54 million eggs a day. Ghana will produce about 3 million a day. Nigerian population is 200 million, and still they have eggs they are dumping into the sea and digging it into the ground because of the myth. So I'm praying that whatever I said on the television will actually push them to start eating eggs. So thank you all for eating eggs. And with Wofagric, we are also going to have an egg bazaar as we did at home. People came, confessing that, Madam, you have really moved us to eat eggs and will not stop. The chief of party for the EPP is here. She has willingly given us an office to set up this secretariat, and we are hopeful that she's also going to support the Ghana-made secretariat to continue the campaign. Madam Karen, I really want to introduce you to the group. She is so good, and she supports a lot of projects that are Ghana-made and women-made. Thank you very much, Wofagric, and may God bless you.
The Women in Agriculture Development Directorate of the Ministry of Food and Agriculture exists to address specific and peculiar gender issues in agriculture. The key trigger of transformation in agrarian economies has been the commitment of government to create a conducive policy environment and to invest public resources into modernization of the rural sector. Such commitment can accelerate countrywide intensification of agricultural production. This leads to transformation only if sustained long enough for a critical mass of smallholders to transition from subsistence to commercially oriented farm enterprises, supported by the increasing presence of the private sector.
Women are doing in farming. Yes. Very impressive. To hear the 2017 second best farmer saying that they are harvesting 70 bags of rice. It's a lot of work. 70,000 bags of rice. It's a lot of work. And I say that I think that we have even woken up too late. We should have woken up earlier. Women do better than us. When they say they don't agree, but the reality is that women do better than us. For which cause Yara Ghana would forever support farmers. For some time now, we have shifted our focus to the support of women, and as a result of that, the CEO has decided to come up with an award scheme dubbed CEO's Award. Give it up, please. Give it up, please. Two groups in the country, DA and then St. Cecilia in the north, have won this award twice already. I will just put on record that from today, we are going to get in touch with Alberta and see if we can get some more groups, put them on the scheme, and then we take them through the criteria and see if we can get some more people to win this award. Yara Ghana will continue to support women farmers. Thank you very much for the good work done, and we are happy with the work done. Thank you.
We at ASA are very proud of women and the work we do. We have been in agribusiness for a long time. We have been supporting the agribusiness space. Now we want to do it even better. So we are collaborating with all the stakeholders, and that's why when Agri House came to us to mention that they are having this program, we said, we are ready, we are willing to support because it relates to women, and we are ready to support. Very soon we'll be coming up with a women proposition which would support SMEs in women. And so please watch out in the space. If I'm delaying, just give me a call and say that, William, I want to hear from you. There are a few people who know me here, so and we work together, and so we will make this happen. We will work together with the women and we will make this happen. Under the Agric space, we do the enterprise supply chain development. So if you are a woman who is farming and you are in groups and you supply to a big supplier, you can come to us in them and then we'll talk to them, and then through that we can give some support to you.
We are now entering the 4th year of the MAG program, and we're seeing significant results throughout the country. As you can see in the newspaper, Planting for Food and Job is doing great, and thanks to the farmers who are doing that job, and the government is providing the path forward. We have helped to upgrade the curriculum in the agricultural colleges to make them more climate smart and more responsive to the needs of women. These curriculum are now being used to train the future extension officers. They're also being used to retrain all of the existing extension officers throughout the country. And as a referent knows, in the Shanti region and other regions as well, we have helped to develop regional gender action plans. We realize that a lot of people know that we need to put more emphasis on gender equality. But most of the time, people are asking, how? How can we do it? So we've developed these tools to make sure that there's a step-by-step approach saying you can start by doing X and Y, simple things to make sure that extension services are more female-friendly. And now we're getting ready to work closely with groups of selected women farmer organizations throughout Ghana to assist them in responding to some of the needs that were mentioned earlier, to provide equipment, training, and help women develop their cottage industry and enterprises. Men need not feel threatened by these efforts.
Say that again, please.
These feminists, Prime Minister said it, it's not a threat, it is actually an opportunity. And it's been shown, men also benefit when women are empowered. So because, when you empower a woman, you empower her household. Because when you increase the income of a mother, you're improving access of her children to health and education opportunities. And because when we're talking about leaving no one behind, that makes communities stronger and more resilient in general. So please don't feel threatened. Women are so strong. Over the last 3 years, I've met with many women farmers across the country, and I'm always impressed by the determination and energy. And the energy in the room today is an example of that. So many women work from dawn until dusk, and some of them do that with their babies on their back. I mean, it's so impressive. And then when they return home, they take care of their families, so they have very, very long work days. I'm telling you, women are the most powerful. They can do anything. Our efforts are leading to progress, but there's still a gender gap that needs to be addressed to ensure that women have access to the same productive inputs and economic opportunities being offered to men. For this reason, Canada has long been and will continue to be a strong supporter of women's economic empowerment in Ghana. This year's theme, which talks about the role of private, public, and development partner, talks about a Sustainable Development Goal number 17, which encourages all of the stakeholders to join forces to create synergies and achieve greater results. Again, I want to congratulate Agric House for organizing Wofagric 2019 and 2020. I hope that this edition will help the women who will attend and their sisters in their respective communities to develop the skills and the expertise that they need to become high-performing farmers and agri-entrepreneurs. And I wish every success to Wofagric 2020.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Mama, our Queen Mothers, executives of different organizations, I'm happy to be here today. And indeed, when I received the letter from the Executive Director of Agric House, I was really happy and elated to be part of this program. Loletta is my cousin's daughter. So, yeah, and it runs in the family. We have a family of strong women who believe in being doers. That's right. We are doers. So when she started telling me about things she was doing, I said, a chip of the old block, not me, my mother and my grandma. So we try to help wherever we are to push the agenda of women to a certain level. Now, as I said, when I received the letter from her, I was extremely happy and elated to be part of this meeting and program. Not only because the executive director herself is doing exactly what I have tried to do, and I've encouraged women to do, and to work on over 30 years, I think 38 years in my life. I'm getting to 72. Like a lady. Don't worry, I haven't stopped dancing yet. I'm getting to 72, but as you saw the lady who came here, the more you work, the younger you remain and you stay and you look. So sometimes you meet women who probably are about 80 and you think they're in their 60s because they're hardworking. Now, I've tried to encourage and work for 30 years plus in various sectors towards the empowerment of women. But most importantly, it was imperative that Ghana would see to the total involvement of queen mothers in certain programs and women in general in other areas as in agriculture, and agriculture in particular. Commitment into what I was doing. And there were times when the Ghanaian population was saying, yeah, she can do all this because her husband gives her the Ghanaian money anyway. It's Ghana's money. Really? You don't know the guy. You guys don't know the guy. I'm serious. The first time my executives told me, why are we struggling to go and look for money to buy a machine to start baking? Just ask your husband to give us money. I'm like, okay, I was stupid. I actually went to ask him. But I didn't ask him to give me the money because I know he doesn't have the money. I said, can your Minister of Finance give us the money, and when we start baking, we'll pay back the money. He said, oh, really? You will pay back the money? I'm like, yeah. So why don't you go to the bank? But banks don't loan to women without a man signing it. So look for a man to sign it. Your father is there, let him sign it. He made me understand that don't put your head on me, I'm not your shoulder, I'm not your pillow. Find ways of raising your own money. I've heard you doing things and blah, 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 but find ways of finding your money. It's not coming from Ghana National Profits. No, forget it. I said, okay. What did I do? This guy is mean. That's what they said. And I said, this is his conviction. So let's find a way. We did find a way. And so, even as some parts or some group of Ghanaians were saying, oh, she gets the money from Ghana government, I didn't even bother to answer because I knew I didn't. And it would be easy for anybody who wanted to know to actually check. I got nothing. It was a difficult thing, just raising money for Ghanaian women to be able to start projects in different areas. Very, very difficult. Until the World Bank realized that I was indeed doing something that was improving the lives of Ghanaians, not of women. And then I was invited to Washington. Oh, you can imagine my speech. Big. And they said, oh no, we don't want you to come and give us a speech. I said, oh, I thought you wanted to know what the women were doing. They said, no, we know what the women are doing. I want to know if we can help you in this area, in that area, or this area. And so I told them which areas. And so a number of projects, like some rice farm in Lolobi area. Our society needs to develop, yes. We need to develop and progress to a stage where the issue of male-female divide will be like a blur and will definitely not factor in decision-making at all. We need to get to that level. Ladies and gentlemen, we need more women leaders in agriculture to be helped. And we heard the gentleman from Kumasi, from Ashanti region, that they're going to do that. I know that leadership is about capacity, I know that. And the women have capacity. I know that leadership is about competence. The women are competent. And it's also about the ability to perform and analyze your results. We heard them. They can do just that. A big thank you for helping to transform women in agriculture and making them as visible as the work they are doing and have been doing for tens of years and centuries to feed societies and nations. I also would like to thank you all for the opportunity to just share a few words with you. And being here means that you believe in encouraging the women farmers. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So we'll have Yara, Ghana, and Afsa unveil the first veil, the first layer. The first layer. To mark the official launch. The first thing you are seeing is the first layer. So Afsa is here. We are now looking. Okay, Yara, Ghana is also here. Yara is here. Thank you very much. Another round of applause. The next one will be done by Canada. And we have Marie-Claude Harvey, of course, as the honors. To unveil the second layer. So we have the Ashanti Regional Agric Director, Reverend Menu, to join us to unveil the next layer. So this is the supported by the founders who are the honors of unveiling the Wofagric National Awards plaque for 2020. And this is the moment where members of my profession, the media men, are ready to take all the pictures of the shots.